Welcome to Inside Edge Cricket, your edge in the cricket world. It's your boy Cairo, and we are here to do a review video on the second test match, day 2 at the Gabba, the Pink Ball Day Night Test match. What a roller coaster of a day that we had today. Absolute roller coaster. The Ashes is living up to the hype. So we saw England overnight. Joe Root was on 130, Archer was on 32, and they tried to add some more quick runs. Should I add what a cover drive Archer played at the beginning of the day to Mitchell Stark? I was like, damn, Archer. I see you. I see you. That was a very, 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 very good shot. Very good shot. But the innings got ended with England being dismissed for 334. They were bowled out for 334 as Brendan Doggett got Jofra Archer out for his highest test score of 38. He pulled one, and there was a diving Marnus Labuschagne running from deep backward square leg, diving, taking the catch with one hand. Like I said, we saw it all today. We saw amazing batting. We saw boundaries. We saw incredible catches. We saw drop catches. There was everything. There was absolutely everything in this day of cricket. England got bowled out for 334. Joe Root. Joe Root. The guy's amazing. So he ended his innings 138 not out, batted through the innings. And that was also the second highest test score for an English batsman at the Gabba. So another record in Joe Root's illustrious career. So Australia started the innings with the dangerous Travis Head coming off of 100 after the last test match, opening with Jake Weatherald. And wow, a baz board England. They really did. They batted so aggressively. They really batted aggressively. It was quite shocking. It was quite shocking because I thought England would be a bit more penetrative with the ball. But England bowled very poorly. I must note that. England bowled poorly. They're lucky to even end up with the 6 wickets. Australia did finish the day today 378 for 6 of only 73 overs. Australia scored at a run rate of over 5 and over. It's too high. That is way too high in Test cricket, and it shows you just how poorly England did bowl. So yeah, Weatherald and Head had a very good opening partnership, 77 runs of 79 balls together before Travis Head was dismissed for 33, got himself out, chipped up a ball off Brydon Cast and was caught by Gus Atkinson. Jake Weatherald continued and got to his first test half century. Very, very good start for the young man. He looked very good today. Played some very good shots, was positive, and I would even say that he was ultra attacking, to be honest. I think the bowling was just very poor by England. They bowled very poorly today, I should say. But I have to note, Gus Atkinson was the pick of the bowlers for me. In my opinion, he bowled the best. Atkinson didn't even take a wicket. He did not take a wicket, and he did not take a wicket for the tour so far. But he was definitely England's best bowler in terms of the bowling line and length. He bowled beautifully. And I did say again, before of Gus Atkinson, I think he's a very good bowler. I think he's a very good bowler. Nice line and length. He's not the fastest in the world, but he's not slow. He's got some decent pace, you know. He bowled very well. He bowled very well. But England did struggle. You're going to need another person from the other end to hold pressure. Marnus Labuschagne returning into the team after we saw him return last game. He scored a half century in that chase. Labuschagne continues his good form over the last 3 months and hit another half century. Marnus Labuschagne, it was his 25th Test 50. He played some beautiful on drives. He was proactive. He was looking to score. As we know, earlier before Marnus Labuschagne got dropped, there was a big talk about he is being too defensive. He's not looking for runs. Boy, I'll tell you now, Marnus Labuschagne was looking for runs today. He was positive. He wasn't reckless, but he was positive. He played very well, Marnus. Played very, very well and deserved that 50. But he did give it away. He did give it away. He just flashed out outside of a nothing delivery by Ben Stokes. It was nothing delivery, nicked through. Jamie Smith took the catch. Jake Weatherald was dismissed for 72. LBW with a brilliant Yorker by Jofra Archer. Also, yes, I need to talk about Archer as well. Archer, we know about his injury history, okay, with his elbow, stress back fractures. He's had a long road back into the team. Today, and a lot of people, sorry, let me, before I get into that, a lot of people were criticizing Joe Root in terms of his captaincy of bowling Archer too much. Today, Jofra Archer bowled 20 overs. I think that is too many overs to bowl your strike bowler, who is also has been prone to injury. I think that's too much. And there's an interesting stat that I've got here too about Archer. So the 20 overs bowled by Archer today, only once has he bowled more in a day's play. So this was the second most overs he's ever bowled. The most overs he's bowled in a day was 23.5 overs on the second day of the Oval Ashes Test against Australia back in 2019. So yeah, so Ben Stokes and England's management definitely need to be careful how they're managing Joshua Archer. Anyways, continue. Cameron Green and Stephen Smith, they put on a very, very good partnership together. A very good partnership. They got 95 runs at a very good pace of 114 balls. And England tired. Like Ben Stokes, he bowled poorly, but you know Ben Stokes, he bowled with all of his heart. He bowled too much as well because he was cramping, but this man is an incredible cricketer, true grit, true determination to perform for his country, you know? That is Ben Stokes for you, but he bowled too many overs as well. Bryden Castle was very expensive. Very expensive. He bowled 17 overs for 113 runs. Like that's ridiculous for Test cricket. But he did take 3 wickets, I should say. He took 3 wickets. But like I said, England did not even deserve those 6 wickets they took. I would say the only decent ball that was bowled was to Jake Weatherall. Everybody else pretty much gave away their wickets or played incorrectly. That's what I would say in my opinion. But yeah, so also the selection of Will Jacks. Will Jacks bowled 1 over of spin in the 73 overs and went for 9 runs. It was a horrendous over. And you could see he's not an out and out spin bowler. He's just a part time spinner. And that can be an issue for England because they do need something different to offer Australia. You're also going to need to give your seamers a rest. So spin is very, very important. You're going to need to give them a rest. They look undercooked. They do look undercooked. And that also questions will be asked about why they did not play that warm up game because the bowlers are undercooked. They look tired and they were only in the field for 73 overs. And it's also a day night test match, which means it was less heat as well. Later on into the night, it was a bit cooler. But yeah, Ben Stokes tried tirelessly, bowled the odd bad ball every over as well. Jofra Archer, he bowled okay, but his pace was starting to drop, bowled 20 overs, like I said in the day. So yeah, this spin option for England, Will Jacks, is going to be a cause for concern. Especially, it might be very vital in the second innings if the wicket does begin to turn and have up and down bounce. But yeah, Cameron Green and Stephen Smith, they played very well. They had a very good partnership. All of a sudden, nothing was happening for England. So Ben Stokes decided to go the short ball play. So Bryden Castle's banging the ball short. I have to talk about this. He was banging the ball short, bowling short. Cameron Green was backing away. He was backing away. And then remember, David Warner on commentary, he said he should still be looking to stay in line and play proper test match cricket because the bowler could pitch it up. So said, so done. So Cameron Green was backing away, showing all of his stumps to just whack the ball straight down the ground. Bryden Castle, like an intelligent bowler, just pitched it up straight on the stumps, bowled out Cameron Green. So he had to reach for it. He was in no position to play it because he's already backed away. Was bowled out for 45. That is very disappointing. That was a very disappointing dismissal, and that let England back into the team. So at that point of time, there were 294 Australia. Then Stephen Smith, shortly after, to me, in the circumstance of the game with the field set for the short ball, it was a poor shot. And I'm sure Steve Smith would admit that. Played the poor shot, but it was an absolutely ridiculous catch by Will Jacks. Incredible catch. So he was like, not deep backs with square leg, not all the way on the boundary, but just a bit in. He ran to his right, dived, stretched out that right hand, and took the catch. Incredible catch by Will Jacks, incredible fielding. So that was Steve Smith gone after he scored his half century. Smith was dismissed for 61. And Josh Inglis got lucky, played a couple of edges, got bowled out by Ben Stokes. Gap between bat and pad wasn't to the pitch of the ball. But Australia did end the day with the impressive Alex Carey finishing on 46 not out. Played very well. He had an amazing cover drive as well. Beautiful. And then Michael Nisa remained not out as well, unbeaten on 15. And we do know Nisa does have batting ability. He does average 28 in first class cricket in the Sheffield Shield for Australia. So Australia did finish the game, not the game, pardon, the day on 378 for 6. We've got some key stats as well. We've got some key stats here. Sure, this is not good. The 378 runs by Australia is the most by a team in a day's play in a day-night test match. That's what I mean. They didn't even bat the entire day. They didn't go nowhere close to the amount of overs again, just like yesterday, what was meant to be played during the day, but they scored very quickly. England bowled poorly. England bowled very poorly, and then incredibly lucky to have 6 wickets in the day. Also, the 378 runs scored by Australia is the second highest aggregate in a day's play for them in an Ashes test since 1950. So, yeah, they scored quicker than England. All the talks about England's aggressive game and baseball, Australia outscored England. So, yeah, so we finished day two with Australia in the lead by 41 runs. Tomorrow is perfectly poised because Australia could get dismissed cheaply. England could back, but with a deficit. If Australia do get a 100-run lead, I think they would definitely win the game. England will have to try and bat deep, but also they would have to think face against a roughly newish pink ball. So that could cause for issues. But you guys, tell me in the comment section what you think of today's play. How can England bounce back? Is Australia definitely in the lead? And tell me what you guys predict for day 3 of the Ashes. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe.